Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I'm Sarah. This is No BS Beauty. So, a new product that came up made me think of this category again and made me think of my favorites, so I should talk about them. Actually, it was the new Drunk Elephant Mello Marula Cream Cleanser. It's a one-step cleanser. It made me think, you know what, there's a lot of really wonderful one-step cleansers, and I know a lot of us actually really like something quick at night to cleanse, and that does it all, removes makeup, sunscreen, oil, and leaves your skin feeling nice and clean and fresh and no film or anything like that. And it's hard to find something that does it all in one, but I've got a few that I recommend that are really lovely. Ones I've repurchased, some I've repurchased a lot, and then a few other favorites. So yeah, so these are one-step cleansers, and you can apply it to dry skin and rinse, and it cleans your skin and feels nice and soft. So I'm going to start with the first one, which is probably one of the more affordable options. Now I've got a big size of it too. This is the Ordinary Squalane Cleanser. It's really lovely. It really does a pretty good job, especially like with my makeup and things like that. There's no scent to it. It has a nice texture. You just apply it to dry skin, smooth it over, and then rinse it off with water, and you're good to go. And it does a pretty good job and is pretty affordable if you get the big size. The smaller sizes of the Ordinary end up, when you start doing conversions, not end up to be such a big deal. But if you get the bigger size, it's a little bit better. So I will say there's one product favorite that I absolutely love that got discontinued. That was the Isn't Tree just Chestnut Jelly Cleansing Oil. I love that stuff. And they discontinued it, looks like. So you won't see it on here, but I loved it. Okay, next up, I've purchased this one, I don't know, probably maybe close to 10 times. It's the PSA Reset Nourishing Cleanser with Acai and what else? Manuka Honey. And this brand was owned by Allies of Skin up until very recently, and I think they just sold to a company, so they're kind of separate now. But this stuff's really nice, no scent to it. You can use it as a one-step makeup remover cleanser, or you can use it as an evening cleanser if you use it on wet skin. You can use it either way, and it gives you a little bit of a light lather to it, which is really nice. It does struggle a little bit with strong, heavy eye makeup, but otherwise, for sunscreen, things like that, it does a great job. So this one's almost empty, but I've got a backup, so I'm good. So yeah, so I'll link to these below. Speaking of Allies of Skin, this is their, what do they call it? The Molecular Silk Amino Hydrating Cleanser. This one is a little bit more lathering than the PSA Skin, but it's still really nice. So to remove makeup and sunscreen, massage it onto dry skin, add water and massage it, or for just a regular cleansing, massage on a damp skin. And then for extra silkiness, leave it on for 1 to 2 minutes. But yeah, so Paula's Choice also had a cleansing balm as well, which was kind of similar in formula to some of these. Can't remember if they still make it or not. They're crazy with releasing new stuff. I can't even keep up. So I stopped trying a long time ago, trying to keep up. But anyway, okay, so really nice. Okay, next up is the Jordan Samuel After Show Performance Cleansing Cream. This one is the same. You apply it to dry skin with makeup, add some water in to emulsify and rinse off, or you can use it with damp skin. But personally, if this one's best when you use it on dry skin. If you try and use it like a second step cleanser, it struggles a little bit if your skin's already too damp. So this one's really nice. And another good tip is sometimes just use a washcloth. Do I have any washcloths handy? Yeah. Just use a little washcloth, and then sometimes it helps these work a little bit better. So when I use this one, I typically use a washcloth because then it does a really good job with eye makeup. So really nice. I think this is fragrance-free. Grapeseed oil, olive fruit oil, aloe. I think they might have another version. This one says for sensitive skin, but I think they have another version that is fragrance and if you don't mind scent. So yeah, really enjoy this brand. They don't get talked about enough, but they're really nice. So okay, next up is the new one, the Drunk Elephant Mello Marula Cream Cleanser. Again, does a very good job. It leaves my skin feeling nice and soft and clean, but no film. But does a really good job with sunscreen and makeup and things like that. I've only been able to test it now for about a week, but so far so good. I don't know, this brand I have a love-hate relationship with them now. For a while, I was totally anti-Drunk Elephant. For a while, I was in love with Drunk Elephant, and now I'm kind of have a love-hate relationship. I don't know, they're just, some of the releases are still great, and then some of the stuff, it just seems like an afterthought, but yeah. And I'm still not happy with my Protini that foams. And then they had that huge recall, but this was not in it because it wasn't the right lot number. But anyway, so if you own some Drunk Elephant stuff, they had a recall. I talked about my newsletter, so yeah. But anyway, really nice product. I mean, it's still kind of pricey, but how much is this? 5 milliliters. What are these other ones in terms of size? This one's 3.4, so this one's tiny. And I was thinking this was a good deal because it was 31 bucks, but this one's $5 more and it's almost double the size. So anyway, whatever. Okay, next up is Holifrog. They kind of got their name from cleansers. They started off their product line, interestingly enough, with just cleansers, which is kind of the opposite. Most brands start out with like a serum or something like that and then go from there, but this brand did it really backwards. They start with 4 cleansers or 3 cleansers and then started filling out their other product lines with exfoliants and toners and moisturizers. So it's kind of interesting, but I think they've packaged it now into a purple tube, but this one's a really nice creamy kind of a cleansing balm type product, but it does a pretty good job removing makeup and things like that. So yeah, so this one's tiny, 2.5 ounces. So it's little, but you only need a little bit to make it work very well. So, okay, so those are my favorites. Then I'm going to get into a few, I don't know, I kind of call them runners up because they're just a little different. So Farmacy's makeup removers are wonderful. They've got, I don't know how many different versions now. This was their apple one, I think a watermelon one, then they have an unscented one for sensitive skin, and they have the original version, and these are all pretty nice. They all do a pretty good job, and for the most part rinse off skin without feeling filmy or anything like that. So it's kind of a cleansing balm, but it's nice in the fact that I don't feel like I have to do a second step cleanse after it, especially if I'm going to use a toner or something like that. And they have different dozens of scents now, so you can pick out your favorite or unscented. So it's probably one of their, I would guess one of their best selling products. Okay, Skinfix, their foaming oil cleanser is really nice. This is one of their original packaging before they launched at Ulta, before they launched at Sephora. Now they're at Sephora still, but this one is pretty nice. It does a pretty good job with most sunscreen and most makeup, for the exception of like strong water resistant like eyeliner, things like that. It struggles a little bit with that, but this stuff is really nice and non-drying. The Tula Super Calm Gentle Cleansing Milk. This one's really nice. You can apply it on dry skin or damp skin and rinse it off. It does a really nice job cleansing your skin, and it's really friendly for sensitive skin for the most part as well. It ends up being a little bit expensive. So how big is this one? 5 ounces. And a little bit of this does not go a long way. So just make a mental note of that, because it will go fast once you start using it. The CeraVe Hydrating Foaming Cleansing Oil is another nice one. Really affordable. Probably the most affordable one on this list. Maybe behind the Ordinary. But this stuff is really nice. So you can use it on dry skin or damp skin and cleanse and rinse. La Roche-Posay also has a really nice cleansing oil product. That's also worth checking out. But a lot of people love this as a one-step cleanser for makeup, and then just a gentle cleanse. And then 2 more. Some of these people love, I thought I'd mention it, the Inkey List Oat Cleansing Balm. A lot of people absolutely love this stuff. I didn't love it. I hated it at first, and then I changed to not loving it, but not hating it. It's pretty effective removing makeup, but I did find this leaves a film for me if I don't use it with a washcloth to rinse it off. And I found you have to ignore the directions on this and don't do what it says, because it says to apply to dampened face. I highly disagree with that. You have to apply this to dry skin. If you apply this to damp skin, it doesn't do a good job at anything. But if you apply it to dry skin, it does a better job. For me, it leaves a little bit of a film, but for a lot of other people that love it, it doesn't. So I thought, in terms of affordability, it's really affordable. So if it ends up working great for you, it's worth it. And then last but not least, I don't know what happened to this brand, CRAVE Beauty. It's like they dropped off the planet Earth after that sunscreen scandal they had. So I don't feel like I hear about them anymore. This one, if you don't mind fragrance in a product, it's okay. A lot of people enjoy this one. It's just a one-step cleanse. You apply it to dry skin and then rinse it off. And they say use it as a first step cleanse or for makeup removing. But it does have fragrance in it, so I didn't love that factor about it. But what the heck happened to this brand? I came across this when I was working on this video, and I thought, oh yeah, this is a nice cleanser. But I don't hear much about them anymore after that whole debacle. So anyway, I don't think a lot of people liked the way they handled it. Me in particular, I kind of mentally checked the box with them, but it's a nice product for some people if you don't mind a scent. So Anyway, so these are some of my favorite time-saving, do-it-all cleansers. If you have one that you love that I didn't mention, leave it below. And yeah, if you have any other thoughts or anything, leave a comment, and I will see you guys more tomorrow. Thanks so much. Bye, guys.